Hey everyone, welcome to another recap chat. This is Irene, Faith, Love, and Trends, CBiz Media. We are talking this time. We're doing a quick recap on Never Ever Mets here. And Never Ever Mets is a reality show that follows couples that actually have been dating online but never met face to face. So they get the opportunity to do so. They're putting a house together to see how things go. Are they meant to cross from online to real life? How does that work out? The Never Ever Mets. Let's get to our first couple here. Alicia and Irvin, they finally call it quits. It's been funny and iffy between them the whole time. Alicia's been giving a lot of protectiveness, a little bit of attitude here, and Irvin's just not up for it. He doesn't know what to expect from her, and he kind of gets a little attitude in return himself. But he's the one that actually calls it quits. He pulls Alicia to the side and is like, hey, you know what? I just want to end this. To me, I think he was being a bit petty at first. I felt like he was being grown up about it. He's like, I'm ready to go home. Let's just end this. And it was somewhat respectful, but it kind of caught her off guard. But honestly, she was like, I'm up for it too because our vibe is not vibing. And but Irvin kind of gets a little more petty. Talks about, before this experience, his ex reached out to him, so he felt like that was a sign, and he was just kind of pulling out different things about her that was just not working. Her attitude and emotional intelligence, she just wasn't there with that. And she was giving her little feedbacks like, okay, yeah. And he was being petty, saying, let me talk. You're trying to, I guess, be condescending by you responding. But he kind of just read her, and the way he did it, I felt like it was petty. So when they went back into the house, he went back in first and, announced it to everybody, hey, I'm leaving. He starts talking about his ex, reaching out to him, but then he's like, no, she didn't call me. She liked one of my posts, and I thought she hated me. So I think that was a sign. So, there's a difference between somebody calling you and liking your post. I think that was like a huge leap that his ex wanted him back. I think he was just trying to make himself feel better. Then he starts crying in front of the group, saying, hopefully things work with his ex because, I guess he's trying to prove that he's valuable. Maybe he felt devalued by her. Alicia had him turned every which way. She broke the man. He's crying. Jared and Chris are on the sidelines kind of laughing and snickering, holding it in front of him, but they go off and they're like laughing at him, kind of saying he's kind of weak there. He's a crybaby. Alicia basically says bye, and he's basically toxic. So she comes into the group too and just basically says goodbye to everyone. And she cares about everybody's feelings and whatnot, but she's done with this process as well. But, he just kind of made her look like the bad guy. And honestly, I see why, because I kind of am on his side, but I feel like he was a bit too petty in his response. He should have been more man about it and gave a little leeway to this woman who's been through a lot. All right. She says she's putting virtual dating aside for now and she needs her peace. She's like, peace out. I need my peace. All right, Jared and Charlie are kind of loved up on each other. Jared kind of makes a crass joke to me when it comes to Charlie was talking with him, and he's like, you have something to tell me? You want to leave? Because she was talking about missing her kids and all that. Like, you want to leave? Well, why don't we just do X, Y, and Z? Why don't you do this to me and then you can leave? Basically something that was intimate and inappropriate. And she kind of laughed it off, and he made another joke. He's like, well, the babies, says it'll be cool, the babies get to meet. We could touch them together like infinity stones because they're two babies around the same age, I guess. he was making jokes. It was kind of funny, but I was like, I don't know if I could really take him seriously. But Charlie's like, she's really serious about this and really serious about him. She's not leaving. She's hanging in there. She thinks he's an important person. And she puts him kind of right next to her kids. She's like, I look forward to seeing my kids every day, as well as you as well. I'm like, I don't know if I would put him in that category just yet, because I don't really, from his previous comments, I don't know if he's really real, because right now he seems like he's like, me and Charlie are doing good. We care about each other. We have this connection. He's back to that, but he said some comments earlier that were huge red flagging. So which one is real? That's my question. All right, Brittany and Ty are in question. Brittany says Ty's not really giving what he gave online, all this attentiveness and stuff. So, they had an argument previously on the other episode. Basically, he's putting her at the bottom and not catering to her like he said he would do. That was her expectations. So they have a trust exercise with the improv comic Jordan Black. Geronda's there as well. And they really just kind of have fun with the improv. And it's really about trust. Are you going to be able to, carry this a little act we're doing? Are you going to be able to pick me up where I fall off? If anybody knows anything about improv, it's like a lot of time you do a skit, they give you a basic idea of what you guys are doing, and you kind of have to play it by ear. So I think everybody did their thing. Everybody had fun. I don't think anybody stood out as being like really horrible at doing this. I think it was mostly all in fun. But, Brandon, he doesn't want to end up like Irvin and Alicia, so he's really trying to put it in to stay with Kiki, and we can really see he wants to put in the work. He doesn't want things to end. When it comes to Alexis and Chris, they were talking about them two having trust issues with each other, so I don't know if that was a part of the game as well. And just, I guess it was revealing some things that when they did the improv, that Alexis and Chris, like Alexis really has trust issues. Brandon says, he needs affection. He's talking with Kiki. She's kind of standoffish. She's saying because she has her little secret ex situation where she just recently broke up with her ex months ago, though she's been supposedly seeing Brandon for years online. She's saying maybe that's why she's standoffish, as well as she grew up with a non-affectionate family environment, and her ex had an issue with her not being affectionate as well. To me, I was like, come on, just give him a kiss on the cheek or something. Like, he was trying to get a kiss. Like, okay, you can get maybe a little hug, a kiss on the cheek or whatever. She didn't barely want him to hug her, and like, I could see that as being a problem. And that's a way you can be incompatible. There's a lot of ways you can be incompatible with someone. And if you're affectionate and the other person isn't, for some people that is a deal breaker. And I can totally understand and get why that is. But they're going to keep hanging in there working on this situation, because Brandon definitely does not want to end up like Irvin and Alicia. So Cinco pulls out this game for game. I won't say it's game night, but he just pulls out a game. And, Jared did one previously. It's like, another game. You know what happened the last time we did this game. But he has a new game. It's basically which couple will end up in which situation, what category, what are they classified as. So who's going to make it to the end? Everybody's saying Clay and Tatiana. Who needs the intimacy suite? They're saying Chris and Alexis need it. Who's the least compatible? Brandon and Kiki. The most drama, Brandon and Kiki. Who has the most secrets? They all know it's Tati and Clay. So everybody knows about Clay's secret that he does have a kid with his ex. And he has not revealed that information. And this is kind of a new kid as well, a new baby. And he hasn't revealed that to Tati. But everybody's kind of slowly finding it out. Charlie lets us know. Everybody kind of knows except her. So it was unanimous that those two had a secret, and she's like, well, how did you guys, this is just speculation, but how is this unanimous? Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but something's definitely going on. I think she should be seeing the red flags flagging. He says he's still gonna keep it secret. The timing is everything, and he's gonna at some point tell her that he has a kid with his ex, a recent kid. So when it comes to Key and Brandon, they go and talk. He's saying, let's start fresh. Especially after the game where they found out that they were considered the most dramatic couple and the most incompatible couple, I think. Something like that. So he's saying, let's start fresh. We can, keep this together. And she's hopeful. They're both hopeful. They don't want to leave the process, and they want to try to stay in this and make a real connection. So they hug it out, and that was a decent hug, I guess. She gave a tiny bit of affection, but anyway, Britt and Ty, they have to have their little talk as well. So they go on the patio and talk. He apologized for the blow up fight that they had before when he didn't bring her out a drink right away, and he was trying to cater to everyone else for the barbecue. So he says his problem is whatever he does, it never seems to be enough. We need to give and take and cater to each other. She says, I'm at the bottom though. Everyone else comes first. You're kind of being a jerk. She feels unprotected. He's untrustworthy. So he's trying to calm it out and talk it through. And she's kind of at this point over it. And she's talking over him, basically telling him he's being a jerk. He's being a class clown. He doesn't want a partner. He's being condescending to her. She's reading him really, really hard. She lets us know that they actually met through his brother, and she wants the brother to talk to him. So it looks like the family comes through. If you guys ever seen this show, family members come through and kind of meet the new person that's in their life. So Britt's mom comes through, and everybody's like, oh, she's looking like her mama. And the family feedback mom basically says he needs to step up and put her first, and you could do that every day, because he was like, well, it's a lot of pressure. I'm at a plateau. I can only do so much. Can't really impress every day. And she's like, mom is like, no, you can. My husband impresses me every day. He steps it up every day. You can do the same. And she also says, Brittany, you also may need more patience in dealing with him in the situation as well. And she's like, fine, just don't put me at the bottom. Don't bottom me out. That was my issue. So the two hug it out, and the family members leave. She hugs bro, and I'm like, should you be with the bro right now? I don't know. Maybe she should. Maybe she shouldn't. Just a speculation in my mind. Because she hugged the bro, and she seems like she has it's probably a friendship connection, but she seems like she has a bit of a bond with him. Though I think she's been knowing his brother for a while. So after they leave, he's like, okay, I'm gonna hook you up with the drink. I guess it's makeup for lost time, right? So somebody's like, hey, nobody's doing the dishes. I'm always doing the dishes. Just a little problem in the house that people are lazy when it comes to doing the dishes, and somebody seems to be stepping up and doing them. I just thought that was funny. So Ty puts on the foot massage for her. He literally is the foot massager, and she's liking it. They have a few, I think, couples questions. I don't know if they're playing a card game or something, but they talk about the love of her son and how she's bonded with her son, and that's really kind of the greatest love in her life that she's ever had is her son. They're connecting and bonding and talking more. She's getting a good foot rub. Things look like they are looking up for these two, so hopefully they stick and stay. Brandon and Kiki are trying to work everything out. It kind of comes back to them again, but the producers ask Kiki if she's still in love with her ex, and it takes her a while to even respond. And it's kind of awkward. And the fact that she's not responding quickly kind of tells us, she's like, why are you asking me that question? Don't ask me that question. Kind of tells you she's probably still hung up on her ex. Whatever the case, whatever is happening here, she may be the one that's gonna shut things down by still having unfinished business. We don't know, but that is my quick take on the Never Ever Mets. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, or questions, you guys always email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com. That's cbiztv@yahoo.com. All the best. God bless. Talk to you next time. All right, guys, doing a Mayday giveaway for my birthday. If you're interested in getting one of our products from our merch store for a free giveaway, the contest ends by the end of May. All you got to do is email me for your chance to win, and we will pick a random winner. Thank you for your support. Check out our merch page at cbiztvmedia.com. Click the store. And happy birthday to me.